numbered Swiss bank account, you likely picture a secretive world of immense wealth managed quietly in the heart of Geneva. For generations, that city was the epicenter of global financial privacy. The foundation of that privacy was completely legal, codified in the 1934 Banking Act. Switzerland made it a criminal offense for any bank employee to disclose client information to a third party without explicit consent. It worked exceptionally well. American mobster Meyer Lansky exploited this exact legal shield to hide illicit casino cash from U.S. authorities, routing his money through shell companies directly into the safety of Swiss vaults. But a paper shield has limits in the modern world. Today, state-sponsored hackers, digital surveillance networks, and global financial task forces can extract data without a bank teller ever opening their mouth. A law alone cannot stop a remote cyber intrusion. To maintain their status as the world's premier safe, Swiss banks realized that legal silence was no longer enough. They had to take their tradition of absolute secrecy and physically manifest it out of rock, steel, and concrete. This meant moving custody out of the city centers and deep into the Alps. Today, some of the most highly secured private vaults in Switzerland are built directly into decommissioned military bunkers hidden beneath the mountains. The engineering philosophy protecting these facilities is called defense in depth. Rather than relying on a single massive door, the architecture forces an attacker to navigate multiple, overlapping layers of security. No single tool or tactic can breach the entire facility. The first macro layer is the mountain itself. Hundreds of meters of solid Alpine rock provide unmatched seismic stability. It also guarantees logistical isolation, making it impossible to bring in heavy excavation machinery undetected. Inside the rock, the architecture actively works against intruders. Access pathways are strictly compartmentalized into intermediate secure zones. This segmented routing is designed specifically to prevent attackers from tailgating authorized personnel through the checkpoints. By the time an attacker gets anywhere near the actual vault door, they have already had to bypass tons of rock and a labyrinth of controlled choke points. The mountain and the architecture neutralize major kinetic threats before they even reach the core. When you do reach the microphysical layer, the primary barrier is a steel door that often exceeds 250 millimeters in thickness, locked into place by heavy multi-way boltwork. The walls surrounding that door are built from high-strength concrete, but they contain a specific countermeasure. Embedded within the concrete are metallic fibers and three-dimensional steel meshes. These are engineered to physically strip the abrasive coating right off a diamond drill bit. If an attacker abandons mechanical drills and uses a thermal lance, the structure adapts. Refractory composites mixed directly into the walls rapidly absorb and disperse extreme heat, neutralizing the cutting power of the torch. Even a direct assault on the locking mechanism triggers a fail-secure response. Plates of solid glass are hidden directly behind the lock. The moment a drill bit applies pressure, they shatter. That break instantly drops heavy steel deadbolts into place, permanently jamming the vault shut. Getting in legally requires a protocol called divided custody. Multiple physical keys, electronic access codes, and strict biometric requirements are split among multiple custodians. No single human has the authority or the physical means to open the door alone. The vault's engineering operates on a very specific assumption. Someone, eventually, will reach the door. The design simply ensures that if the door fails, it fails in a state of permanent lockdown. For decades, these bunkers guarded vast quantities of physical gold and precious metals. But as the nature of wealth shifts, the vaults have adapted to secure an entirely different kind of asset. This is the Swiss Crypto Vault, a joint venture that merges military-grade physical bunkers with the storage of institutional blockchain assets. It solves a highly specific modern paradox. To protect an invisible, highly targeted digital asset from global hackers, they take the public key cryptography entirely offline. Private keys are printed onto physical hardware and locked away. Major institutional investors utilize this exact setup because physical isolation is the ultimate firewall. A hacker sitting at a terminal on another continent cannot digitally breach a private key that is locked inside an unplugged box behind 2 feet of steel. Money has evolved from paper fiat into digital code. Yet the most effective way to protect it relies on a very old idea, burying it deep inside a mountain, guarded by layers of rock, steel, and a legendary tradition of absolute silence.